So we have Kendrick Lamar, we have Drake, we have Big Sean, Joey Badass, Action Bronson. All these cats are coming out of nowhere with impressive resumes, skillful lyrical talent, and definitely great substantial albums. So the question is, are we living in another golden age of silver age of hip hop? Is this another golden age of classic albums? Let's go to Lohan and find out. Yo, welcome to the Low End, our vehicle for content and vehicle and content for commentary and analysis on hip hop and the culture that surrounds it. I am Demarius Wiggins, the host, and these are my guys, Matthew Lewis and Ron Farrell.
Yeah, what's up? Let's go.
So today, we've kind of realized that, upon us talking about Nothing Was the Same, previously, we've noticed that, there are a lot of great hip hop albums that have been coming out really, substantially over the years, over the past 5 years per se. So we want to know, hey Matthew, Ron, what's going on with today's age of hip hop? Are we living in a silver age of hip hop or a golden age, or can we say that a lot of the albums that have been coming out recently are classic albums?
I would agree with that. I think, we've had a ton of good albums come out just because it's so easy now for someone to put out an album. I think it's super duper easy to have something come out that can be straight up gold, and then it's equally easy to have something come out that's like straight up garbage. It's not like 90% garbage, 10% gold anymore.
I don't know. I don't agree.
You don't agree?
I say some of these albums are just pure trash, and some of these albums are just great pieces of art. I mean, look at Kendrick Lamar, great piece of art. French Montana, no dish to French Montana, but excuse my French, was not a great album. I mean, that's a bunch of bull right there. That's a bunch of just I ain't worried about nothing. He get money off that, bro. He get money off of not spitting balls.
Well, he got money and he's spitting garbage bars, and he's quite frankly not worried about anything.
He's not worried about anything. He's getting money off of it. And I feel like saying it's a golden age for hip hop, I can't really say that, man. I say it's coming up. It's on the come up.
On the come up?
It's on the come up.
All right, so think about it. You mentioned Kendrick Lamar's album,
right?
And of Good Kid, Mad City. I mean, you can even put Section 80 and even OD in the pool.
Yeah.
So
dedicated.
We can talk about these albums because we see these albums being central talk 15 years from now. Like how we're talking about Illmatic, Enter the Wu-Tang. I mean, even Doggy Style, The Chronic. Can we talk about them on the same level?
I think so. I think we can talk about them like that right now. I mean, and I'm in no way, shape, or form a huge Kendrick Lamar fan. But I mean, we talk about Kendrick Lamar already, about how he's, this great thing that has happened to hip hop, and he's really reinvigorated it. We talk about J. Cole being one of the few artists that can sample something like TLC without disrespecting what they've done before. We talk about somebody like Drake, who is one of the, Nothing Was the Same is one of those few albums that you could bring in someone that listens strictly to pop, strictly to rap, strictly to R&B, and all of them will have common ground on that. So I think we can talk about them albums right now. I think that, and that's why I think that we're living in that kind of golden age, because hip hop, even you have characters like Kanye West, they're being taken seriously as artists. I mean, Jimmy Kimmel beef notwithstanding. But
well, I can't say it's a golden. I can't say it, man.
What is stopping you from saying that?
All right, listen. Hold on, let me speak. Let me talk. All right. So yeah, Kanye, Jay-Z, Nas coming back. Like, these are old artists. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. They're pretty old. They're in their own era. So I'm talking strictly Chief Keef, Yellow Wolf, Wale, Meek Mill, Drake.
Okay, now hold on. You gonna put Wale in the same category as Chief Keef?
No, I'm just naming the artists. Like, all these new artists, that's what we talking about. That's the era we're in now.
Well, what about people like Kendrick Lamar, Joey Badass?
Right, okay. Joey Badass.
I'll even put Meek Mill in there.
Meek Mill,
I'll even put Action Bronson. These are people who kind of idolize the golden age. Now, we might not even call it golden age. Think about like comic books. You have the golden age, and then you have the silver age. Would we say that there's a silver age going on?
I would say that, like I just said, it's a come up. I mean, of course we got Kendrick Lamar. He's bringing it back.
Yeah.
We're getting back to that hip hop age, and the Drake thing. I mean, he wants to do an R&B album. It's not hip hop. That's a totally different era. That's a totally different genre. So I'm not going to include him.
But his roots are still there.
His roots still there, but he's on a whole different level. And then you got Meek Mill. He spit bar after bar after bar. I respect him for that. Wale spit bar after. I respect him for that. But then you got Chief Keef. Then you got Yellow Wolf, which he's pretty good. I gotta give him credit, but he fell off when he came with his album. And Mac Miller. I respect Mac Miller. Don't get me wrong, but it's just different. It's just different. And I wouldn't say that it helps or hinders hip hop, but I would not say it'll be in an era like Dr. Dre and NWA and all these other artists, and you just can't throw that up there. That's reckless.
Wow. So, because, you know, we are living in this time, you know, where the internet is omnipresent. This is how we are getting it. So, I mean, it's safe to say that we're never going to have, maybe, I mean, we can say it's another golden age. We probably can't say it's a golden age, but it's definitely different. So, I mean, when, Ron, would you be satisfied of seeing a golden age or silver age? Like we're on the come up. When do you see it? When do you see it being up there?
About like 3 years. Give Kendrick Lamar another album. Give J. Cole like one more album, and he'll be like super classic. Like Kendrick Lamar, J. Cole, then I give it to Wale, and then Meek Mill, and you go down, and like Drake. So Drake is awesome. We talked about him last episode, and he's been selling. He has 3 consecutive #1 albums. So he gets credit. We give him credit. But Meek Mill,
even DMX had consecutive #1 albums.
So Meek Mill needs to prove himself a little bit.
Yeah.
Dream Chasers. That is amazing mixtape.
I have not heard it.
Number 3 is coming out soon, and I'm looking forward to it. But I need him to put out another great album. 1 album, Wale 2, J. Cole 2, Kendrick 1, and we're already throwing them up there. Give him some time.
What about his mixtapes though? I mean,
Even
those have the quality of
an album. Yeah.
I mean, Section 80 was an album. It wasn't a mixtape. It was for retail on iTunes.
I got you.
But even if we don't look at mixtapes, though, if you look at strictly the quality of the music that they are putting out,
Okay.
I mean, swimming pools, would you not say that that's on par with any of the best stuff that someone like Snoop Dogg or Dr. Dre's done?
Yeah.
Okay, so then how can you say that we're not living in a golden age?
Because their albums don't exemplify that. And they need more than 1 album. It wasn't just 1 album. We started hopping on Dr. Dre's Jock.
Yeah.
It was 2 albums.
It was The Chronic.
Okay.
Illmatic. Nas. When
Okay.
Nas came out with Illmatic, Nas was revered as the best MC of all time.
And it came back
compared to
harder.
greats.
But it came back harder, made another album. Jay-Z came out,
Reasonable
made
Doubt was a
another
great
album.
album.
And
That
a
put him on the
Blueprint.
pedestal.
And a Blueprint.
Ready to Die, Notorious B.I.G. Kendrick Lamar, Good Kid, Mad City.
I'm telling you.
Just saying. All it
I'm
takes
saying
is
for
one
me,
album.
it's not about how many albums you got out. For me, it's like,
What
what I'm hearing something that 10, 15, 20 years from now is still gonna resonate with people.
I see.
Chief Keef ain't gonna resonate with nobody.
No,
I'd be
nah.
surprised if Chief Keef is still alive in 20 years.
Okay.
Real talk. Real talk. I'd be surprised if he is still walking around on the face of this earth, not laying below it. But I mean, it's the content of what they're saying. It's the production that they're pulling together, and
Alright,
it's
cool.
not about the spectacle. It's about the timeliness of that.
Gotcha.
I mean,
So how many artists are of that caliber? Let me know. I'll wait.
how many artists are of that caliber? I
Of
mean,
that caliber.
like, what pool do you want to pull from?
We pulling from strictly hip hop.
Strictly hip hop. I mean, Drake is part of that, as we saw.
That's 1.
Kendrick.
2.
Action Bronson is part of that. He's already getting comparisons to Ghostface.
Debatable.
Joey Badass.
Got you.
Really, anybody in that Black Hippie group.
Anybody. Absol, Soulboy Q. I mean, even J-Rock.
So
J Electronica.
J Electronica.
Okay.
You even
No
got
album.
people
Where
that
are they?
With no album.
Where are they at with albums?
It's not about the albums, though. Is what I'm saying to
I
you.
feel you.
But do you think?
So they're strictly underground.
Okay,
As of
so-
right now.
So what about, would you put these two, would you have them juxtaposed to, let's say, the MCs in the 90s, of the golden era? These rappers of our time, compared to these rappers of that time.
I mean, I get what y'all
Could
saying.
they face each other?
I get what y'all saying. Can they face each other? So you telling me?
Because you're saying that we're not the golden age.
You telling me Jay-Z, Nas, Eminem would not wreck all of these dudes? Kanye, and he's in that era too.
Yeah.
They wouldn't wreck all of these dudes. They will wreck havoc on all of these dudes. Give credit to where it's due, bro. That era is way better than ours. We on the come up. Accept it. End of the story.
I don't accept that. I don't accept that. I accept that that era did great things for hip hop. I accept that without those people, the foundation could not have been laid for the artists that we have now. I don't accept that Jay-Z's early album will forever be better than anything anybody will ever. I don't accept that, because if that's the case, why continue to hone the craft? Why continue?
I see. Alright. How many people know where about Joey Badass? No, I'll wait. How many people know about Bronson? How many people know about him?
The people at that retirement home know about it. I tell you that.
How many people know about Chief Keef though? How many people know about Lil Wolf?
I get what you're saying.
Schoolboy Q. Alright then. We do not know these people. A lot of people don't think about these guys talking about hip
A lot
hop.
of people know a lot more about Chief Keef than they do Joey Badass.
Exactly, and Joey Badass is by far a better MC and lyricist.
That didn't even have to be a sentence. That's too fat right there.
So, are we in a golden age? No, we are not. As long as we keep up dealing with this bullshit, we are not in a golden age.
Probably the golden age of the internet rap. Golden age of the internet presence.
That's it, bro.
Yeah, I can feel that.
We praising dudes like Lil B, Bass God.
He's bass god.
I'm not dissing anybody, but God, are these bars that he's spitting? No, it's pure comedy. That's it. I laugh at dude.
Sorry, right?
Pink Flame, come on, bro. It had 23 songs, and it was all garbage, trash. But hold on, Lil B, don't fuck my bitch. Just don't fuck my bitch. That's all I ask. Just don't fuck my bitch.
Look, here's the thing though. Because I mean, think about it. I feel like a lot of artists nowadays take even the group mentality way more serious. Like when I was in middle school, who was I? Nelly and the Saint Lunatics.
Cool.
They're garbage. And what's the premier group we talk about right now? Either Black Hippie or Slaughterhouse. So I mean, like I feel like groups are taking that collaborative effort way better as opposed to just being a whole bunch of hype men for one main artist. I feel like artists on their own are way more willing to take chances with all that stuff. I mean, like I don't understand how. I understand what you're saying, but I don't understand how you can look at like the experimentation, the honing of the craft, and like the widespread like acceptance for what they do, and say that we are not living in a golden age.
I really appreciate what all these rappers are doing. I appreciate what all these artists are coming out with. They're coming out with their own style, their own flavor, and really like honing in on what we like in music, which is lyrics. But it's 10 guys. It's like 10 guys out of 30 that really take heed to the craft. And everybody in the age that we talk about took heed to the craft and only did that. Spit bars, lyrics, and music. Now, I'm not saying it's wrong to be different. I love for people to be different. I want that. I want Drake to be different. I want Drake to come out with an R&B album. That does a lot for hip hop. That does a lot for people in general. But Joey Badass does not get his shine that he deserves. Wouldn't you say? Alright. But Mac Miller is up there. But we would clearly say Mac Miller is not better than Joey Badass. No. Okay? And J. Cole is getting the shine that he deserves. Alright? J. Cole is getting the shine that he deserves. And Meek Mill and Kendrick Lamar. There's 3 artists that we be like, hands down, they saving hip hop. All these other guys just swept under the rug, except for Schoolboy Q and a bunch of others, like 5 more people. But we have to put up there, and they're on the new school of rap. People like Chief Keef. I just can't agree with what y'all saying. I mean, I get it. But
I mean, I feel you. I feel like it was super ridiculous when Double XL made that extra spot in the freshman class for Chief Keef. But at the same time, I mean,
Was
it
even
even
available for the magazine cover.
well, I mean, even still, you got girls like, you know, Iggy Azalea doing her thing,
Doing
Angel
her thing.
Hayes doing her thing,
Doing her thing.
Tiana Taylor doing her thing.
doing anything. Yeah.
So I mean, like, I feel like it's a perfect storm. So
I like the variety. I would say that. I like the variety. I mean, I'm gonna have to have somebody like Chief Keef to get me pumped up. I can't listen to the straight lyrics all the time. And so that's what I'm gonna have to take.
All right. Well, let's see in 3 years if we're living in the golden age. All right, this is the low end. Like, subscribe. All right, we out.
Let's go.